Hello and welcome to Level Die. Holy shit, my levels look loud. Well, today I'm joined by Maddie. Say hello.
Hello.
She's a returning fan favorite. The 30 viewers that I
Oh,
have
I'm a fan
overall.
favorite.
Yeah, dude. You and Mike are fan favorites. So
Cool.
today we're gonna talk about Whiplash. Maddie, did you finish Whiplash?
I didn't because family circumstances happened and now we're living in a garage. So
Cool. I didn't finish
I
it
didn't.
either. So why don't we talk about Kingdom Hearts 1 instead?
Okay.
Fuck it.
Why not?
Yeah. Let's just switch it up. We're gonna fucking
Switch it up
we've beaten that game enough times, and Whiplash is
a
trash.
million
So
times.
I
Whiplash
figured
is not
it's
trash.
okay.
It's garbage, but it's great.
Yeah.
It's a
All right.
great like
Cool.
one-time play and then it's
Yeah,
good.
for sure. So I didn't write any notes down for Kingdom Hearts because I just
Well,
planned
I
this on the
haven't
way
either,
home. Well, cool. We'll just wing it. It should be called
obviously. It'll be
the
great.
Winging It podcast because
The wingman.
the Wingman podcast. So let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. When you start the game, my wife was saying goodbye. She's going to the store. Long
Sounds like
pause
an
there.
adventure.
Yeah. Well,
Long pause.
so when you start Kingdom Hearts 1, you get to pick a weapon.
Right.
What weapon did you pick? Let's say the first time, and then like what do you usually pick now?
So the first time I played that game, I was like 9,
Right.
I think.
A lolly.
And yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember
Oh god.
what I picked. But as adult me, I always pick my first is the sword.
Okay. So
And
you
I
go for
always,
attack more. Hmm.
yeah, and I always give up magic
Really?
because the magic is garbage in the first one.
Dude, it really is. Every spell is
Not
just
good.
fucking stand in place, shoot a missile or whatever.
Yep. And
It's
that's it.
terrible. It's just
And that's
fucking
it's
horrible,
it's
dude.
not fun. It's not
The
fun.
Yeah, no, I would usually do um I'd pick shield and then I would give up magic. Yeah.
Sounds about
Cuz
right.
I
That's
mean,
probably, honestly, that's probably what I did the first time was pick shield and then give up
well, because
magic.
like the
About
answer,
every
like the
time.
the little text box they give you for the shield is the power to protect your friends. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, I mean, duh.
Obviously when
I mean, I'm
duh.
obviously going to take that." And I didn't know like any of the
It actually
implications.
meant something.
Doesn't it give you certain abilities sooner?
Um Trying to remember if that's the first one or if it's the second
I
one.
think it. I honestly, I think it's the second one. Since you mentioned it, I'm pretty sure it just
It
gives you
might be
like a
the second
small
one.
increase. But then in the
Yeah.
second one, it
Because I think it
literally gives you different moves earlier,
yeah. Yeah.
which
I think
is
that's what it
fucking
is.
awesome. I was a huge fan
It's
of that
great.
shit because I picked Shield in the second one too, and you get fucking block like right then, and
Right there.
you're just good to go. That's like one of the best
So
moves in the game.
you haven't played 3,
No, we're
but
not
to touch
talking
on
about all Kingdom
no, no,
Hearts
no, 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 no,
games.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no. I
okay.
just
All
want a
right.
reference.
All right.
This is just a
Sure.
reference and then we're
Okay.
done.
Okay.
One thing I appreciate about number 3 is that the abilities you get in the previous games, you basically start off with at the get-go.
Oh, sick.
So
Yeah.
it's not like you have to re-up all of your stuff and now you do cool things. You do cool things from the beginning.
Dude, because
So like
it makes
that made
sense
it
for
really awesome.
two because like you lose your memory and you have to like
Yeah,
restart.
totally.
But the fact that like two doesn't end that way and you I guess I don't know I haven't played it but you just go directly into three it makes
Pretty
sense
much.
then he would at least have some of the abilities from the second game to start with like flying through the air
Yeah.
and shit
Yeah.
like the air combos he should start with all of
Yeah.
that because that's like the most fun shit when you're just like running around jumping through the
Yep.
air smashing shit.
And then it like And then it makes it so that, you get all of the even cooler things faster, and you're not like, okay, let me get all these preliminary stuff and then I can do cool things. And then I can
Right.
do the even cooler things that they put in the third one. No, they're like, here we go. We're going to have cool combat from like day one.
Hey, you
So,
waited 13 years. Let's just
yeah, let's just
we'll just
give
give
it
it
to
to
you.
you.
Yeah. So anyway,
Fuck yeah. All
back to
right.
number
So
one.
when they're asking you those questions in the beginning of the game, what were some of your answers? I'll pull up the actual
Oh,
questions.
with the chibi the Final Fantasy
Yeah,
characters.
Chibi Waka and Chibi Titus. Yeah.
um, I changed it around all the time. Oh, you know what? Actually, it is the first one that you get a boost to your experience. It is.
It is the
It's based off
experience,
of
but
yeah,
it's not moves.
it's based off of those answers. So you can level up faster, which gives you
Yeah.
the moves
If
faster.
you
Yeah.
if you pick morning, if you get morning, you level up faster for the first half, but then slow down in the second half. Midday is its normal all the way through, and then nighttime is you level up slow for the first half of the game, and then fast for the second half, which I thought was fucking cool as shit.
I thought that was a really good idea for
Oh,
them to
okay.
do.
Here are the questions. All right. Just answer them how you feel right
Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Titus's question. I think they actually say
Titus.
Titus. They say Titus in KH,
Titus.
and I'm like, fuck that noise. His name is Titus.
I don't.
So he
think
says,
Titus.
"What are you so afraid of?" And then the answers are getting old, being indifferent,
Being alone.
or being indecisive.
Oh, mine's always indecisive because I'm actually indecisive in real life.
Mine's always getting old because I'm literally afraid of getting old. Okay, Waka's question. What do you want outta life? Because it's Waka. He says it's
Outta
literally
life.
written right here. Outta. What you want outta? So
Once you want out of life,
Blitzball.
I'm
To
falling in a lifeline package.
Oh my God, no, please. To see rare sights, to broaden my horizons, or to be strong.
To broaden my horizons.
Okay. I would say to be strong. I could use some strength in my life right now. And then Selfie's question is, what's most important to you? Being number one, friendship, or my prized possessions?
Friendship.
Yeah, I always picked friendship. I think I always ended up getting like midnight, basically.
I think mine always started.
Yeah, slow pace.
I think mine always started at dusk.
Yeah, typically, because your answers seem to be
They're pretty
dusk.
middle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive
Such a
mine
weird
started
thing.
with dusk.
Like they did not let you know that. Like that was like a thing.
And they didn't
like,
explain
way
it
behind.
either.
No, they never explained
They're
it.
just like, here, answer these questions, and then
Yeah.
they never say, okay, so this is what you have now, and this is how your stats are going to be affected.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, here we go.
I felt like it was just
You're
like a
going
way
now.
to like get you even deeper into like the feeling the game was going to give you. You know, like
Yeah.
you can definitely tell like what's your most important thing. Being number one is like just like a super edgy Sasuke thing to say. Like if you're like if that's what your fucking answer is, you're a dick. So like
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
it was just like
very
a way
chatty.
for you to get more invested into the journey you were about to
Yeah. Well, that's what the first one's all about, though. Is it's about the story. It's not really about the gameplay necessarily. It's like here's the story that we're going to take you on. We're going to set it up real hardcore. That way, you're invested in it right now because we got plans for the future. And if this is successful,
You're
we need
gonna
to have a
wait
good
12
days.
years. How long was it
Exactly.
between 1 and 2? 7 years?
13? Oh,
7 years?
no.
Because I remember you were
Was
like
it 7?
15 when 2 came out or something, right?
No. When 2 came out, I was like 11 or something.
Wait, but
or
didn't
10
you play
or
1
12.
late? You played one late to the party though, right?
like a year late, and that was it.
Let me see this fucking shit. I'm gonna look it up. What do you think about Destiny Islands?
Everybody says that that's their favorite starting world out of all the games.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, I think it's great. I think that's a perfect starting. Okay, so yeah, I was 2005, I was 10.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts 1 came out in 2002. And then, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2005. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Only 3 years. That's actually not bad at all.
It's
That's
not
like
that bad,
normal.
no.
That's normal. That's
normal.
That's like a real dev cycle.
Because I remember playing it because it came out in 2002 when I was 7, and I got it for my 8th birthday. Let me rephrase that. I played it when I was 8 because my brother borrowed it from a friend, and he was like, "Hey, you're gonna love this game. It's great." And I remember because I was still homeschooled at the point. And then he actually got it for me for my 10th birthday, and I beat it when I was 10.
Yeah.
And then
I played
because the second one was coming out, my brother was like, "The second one's coming out soon. Here you go, have it, play it, and then I'll get you the second one when it comes out." That's what it was. So anyway,
I
was old enough to understand the game, if that's,
yeah,
better.
Well, it's not too hard of a game to understand, but I think so. I played the game when I was like 16, 17, like an adult. I mean, like an adult to a teenager. I'm 23 years old now, and I feel like a goddamn child. So I played it when I was like a teenager, and I like just fell in love with it, man. It was just this crazy feeling this game gave me. I had never felt this way about a game before because I was just like attached to every character. I was attached to Kyrie.
Totally. Their character development was so great. So great.
Like you and who's the edgy dude on the island with you? Riku? Is it Riku?
Riku. Yeah.
Riku. Yeah, fuck Riku. Dude, when he was like, I'm gonna race you,
no.
and the winner gets to share a Palpu fruit with Kyrie. Dude, I played that race like 12 times until I won.
Me too.
Because I was like, fuck you, bro. Like, if anybody's going to be permanently entwined Destiny-wise, it's going to be me and this chick I just fell in love with. By the way, Kyrie was my fucking waifu for like 3 years.
I definitely dressed up as her for Halloween for one of my junior high dances.
Oh no, you're giving like the three neckbeards who listen to this podcast some sweet fapping material.
It wasn't even the first year Kyrie.
You're a brunette too.
Number 2 Kyrie. I dyed my hair temporarily.
Nice,
my mom let me.
Nice. Fuck yeah, dude. I like the pink like bodysuit thing.
Yep.
Dynamite.
Yep. Totally did. No. I didn't do that, but that's dynamite too.
Oh.
I did the schoolgirl outfit. The sleeveless tie.
Yeah. Yep. Like her little pink bodysuit is fucking 3, isn't it? Am I getting that wrong?
No. Well, I mean that is true as well, but she did have it in number 2.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought she had it in 2. Yeah. Okay.
Olive.
But she has that schoolgirl fucking suit. I remember that. That's like the first time you see her. She's walking from school, and she's like, "Do you remember those kids that we used to hang out with on the beach?"
And she's like, "Oh, I don't know.
It was weird.
I don't remember."
Yeah, that was weird.
Maybe.
But
and you're like,
so
wait, what?
Yeah, like why?
Where are you?
Bitch? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I hated the collecting on Destiny Islands, and I think that's why it's my least favorite starting area of the game.
Yeah, me too. It's like it's a bunch of pointless. There's no reason for it other than like, hey, go do a task.
Yeah, and then so that you accidentally stumble into that cave. Like that's it.
Yeah.
It should have just been like, go play with your friends, and then one of the friends goes, let's play hide and seek, and you go in the cave and the cutscene starts. Like that would have been way better. Dude,
it would have been super cool if like, oh, we're racing, and then it's like, let's race to the cave and back, and then like if you get there first or whatever, and then you're just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then skip the whole thing. Because it's a 2-day thing. It's a big deal. It's not just like it's short.
No. You
It's a
spend the
2-day
first
thing.
day like learning and then gathering shit, and then the second day I don't even fucking remember. You have a bunch of cutscenes and then you leave.
You also gather stuff on the second day.
Jesus. Oh yeah. Don't you
You
gather
gather
more shit?
food.
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Catching the fish was all right, but don't you have to get like a coconut too?
You
Like
have
two
to get like
coconuts?
3 coconuts.
Yeah, dude.
You have
Fuck
to
that.
get water. You have
Oh
to get
god.
fish,
Fuck off.
mushrooms.
Oh, the mushrooms.
Um,
Fuck
yeah,
that. The
yeah.
dude, oh my god. That shit was fucking retarded. What a like shitty fucking way to start a game. God damn.
I
I
wish.
am so lucky I didn't just stop playing
You know when I actually stopped playing though, like the first time around, the first time I stopped playing
when Ansem
was
turns into a spaceship.
no, not even. It was I was 8 years old. I was 8 and I had
Oh
like
god.
no patience and like
Oh
I
dude, me
couldn't
neither.
understand, you know.
I had
But
no problem solving skills.
Ursula, I could not
Oh
do
yeah.
it.
That
I
fight's hard
couldn't
as
do
fuck
it.
as an adult, dude. That
It's
fight is bullshit.
horrible. Horrible. Horrible,
You just
horrible,
gotta get like
horrible.
behind her neck,
You
and
have
you
to
just
get
gotta
behind her neck.
yeah, fuck that noise.
Spam.
Oh my god, dude, that
It's
fight, dude, all the
terrible.
mermaid level, like, well, there was only a real mermaid level in the first one. The second one, they were like, okay, nobody liked it.
Oh,
We're
they
gonna
were
turn it
gonna
into a
sing.
musical.
And it's gonna be
But
great. And then they
that was
completely scrapped
fine
it.
because it was completely optional. But like, dude, fuck that level because it's like you're
That
underwater. They take all your moves
the
away.
mechanics are different.
Yeah, I
Everything's
mean, I
different.
guess it's like part of the adventure. Like you're going to different worlds, you're becoming a different
Oh,
person, and like we might as well
it's
turn
so
you
not
into a
worth it
mermaid. It'll be
though.
fun.
No,
But
no, it was a bad
what's
decision.
your favorite world from number one?
And the first one,
Yeah.
oh, oh, it's kind. It changes all the time.
Okay.
Changes all the time. That's for sure. I like. I'm biased because I love Pinocchio. Pinocchio is my favorite Disney
Oh,
movie,
you
so
like
I like
Monstro? Yeah.
Monstro. I do like Monstro, but as
You
far
get the
as the world
glide
goes,
there, don't you? Or is that
yeah,
in?
you get, no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
get the
no,
glide
no.
there.
Sorry, that's in. You get
Chain.
double jump
Oh, double
and
jump.
yeah, sorry,
Right.
you get glide in Neverland. Um,
Oh,
I
God.
I really liked the Nightmare Before Christmas world just
Of
because I thought it
course.
had a really awesome design.
Of
I
course.
thought they did a really good map design on that,
I
and
think that's like a
um,
lot of people's
it's
favorite.
most of people's favorite. And then
Music's pretty good
I
too.
actually I actually as annoying as it is, I actually really like the Alice world. I think
Fuck
I think it's really
that.
cute.
Fuck
Um,
that.
it's
That
super
map
difficult.
sucks
It's super
dick.
difficult. It
So
does.
does fucking Aladdin, dude. And they
I
kept
hate
putting them
Aladdin.
both in
I
every
hate
game.
Aladdin.
Is
Didn't make it into
Aladdin in
3,
Kingdom Hearts 3?
so nope.
Is Alice in number 3?
Nope.
Boom. I gotta buy Kingdom Hearts 3. Holy shit.
Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not going to say what worlds are in Kingdom Hearts 3, but it appeals to current day
Right. Right.
fans. So it's
Frozen, Tangled,
no
Big Hero
classics.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know those
Yep.
much. I was.
What's disappointing about number 3 is that I wasn't surprised with any of the worlds at
Oh,
all.
okay.
So when I
Yeah.
played, I missed that excitement of going to a world and then you see just like a blacked out world and you're like, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. And you go and you're like, oh my gosh,
It's
it's
Mulan.
it's Mulan or it's
Yeah,
the
dude.
Lion King or like it's Winnie the Pooh. We're
Mhm.
jumping in a book. It like number 3, it was like, okay, well, we've been hyping it up for 13 years. So we've given you bits and bobs over the years of like what we have in it. And that was all that was in it. There wasn't anything extra that they didn't reveal.
Like a Star
So
Wars world, which would have just
yeah,
fucking
which
shattered
would have blown
everyone's
people's minds.
minds. That would have been
Yeah, or like
so
a Marvel
cool.
thing. But like it was very unsurprising
I get that.
as far as that aspect goes because I was expecting everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. And the
And you're not a
worlds weren't
kid
even
anymore.
blacked out. Yeah, the worlds weren't even blacked out. They were just like visible for you to see. So you're
Hmm.
just like, am I going to go to Frozen or am I going to go to Tangled?
Oh, that's fucking
I think I'm
lame.
going to go to Frozen. Yeah, so
Oh,
that sucked.
all
But
right.
That's one of my only complaints with number 3 so far. It's one of my only ones. I need to replay it.
We'll continue to talk
We'll go
about
back to
3 on Kingdom Hearts 3 episode. Dick, stop talking about it. My favorite world would probably be like Nightmare on Elm Street, or I'm
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh Jesus! Could you imagine that crossover? Nightmare Before Christmas. Whoa. My computer just... Oh, okay, we're good. It was just going into sleep mode. Scared the shit out of me.
And we're down.
What is that? Like, really? I don't like life. Tarzan was fun. I like Tarzan.
I like Tarzan.
He's slipping and sliding around on the vines and shit.
My only complaint about Tarzan, which is why I actually don't like Tarzan, is the hippos. The hippos that you have to jump over to get on the vines.
Puzzle hippos, right?
Yeah. Because they're boxed to land.
It's totally fucked.
So off.
Yeah.
And then
it seems like you should land on it, but you fucking don't like most of the time.
Yeah. And then you have to go and reset and do the whole thing over again.
Dude. The platforming in Kingdom Hearts 1 is shit. It's so bad.
So blocky. It's so blocky.
It's not fluid at all. You jump and you've got like forward momentum like it's the SNES, dude.
If we're talking about mechanic-wise,
let's go.
And platforming, there's no use for your analog sticks except for moving.
Yeah.
There's no camera control at all. It's all in your bumpers.
At least in original PS2 version, but if you get Final Mix, you have analog sticks.
Well, that's not fair because
I beat it on PS2, dude.
Vanilla number 1. Me too. I actually haven't played either of the remix versions.
Oh my god!
And everybody's like,
so
"Oh my god, you're
so
missing out."
Good.
Oh my gosh! And I'm
dude,
like,
they're really, really fucking good.
Sorry, I never bought a PS3 because it was trash. But
ouch!
I know.
I liked it. I played Blu-rays and it had Metal Gear Solid 4. That's
it was
all
all
I bought
right.
it for.
I had a lot of complaints about it, but it was fine.
So I hated Atlas. I hated fucking Aladdin's World. Fucking Aladdin's World.
You know what,
Fuck
though?
that world.
Olympus is my favorite Olympus in number 1.
Just the tournaments.
Yep.
Simple,
so good.
Clean. Yeah.
So good. So good.
Yeah, they started making them like in the 2 you had like a boss fight in it, and you also did like the
you had the whole underworld
thing. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now in my playthrough. I just met Orin, all that shit.
I hate the music in it.
I don't remember.
It's very it's very dark, and it's like dreary. It's not happy. It's just you're in the underworld, whatever. But
underworld.
It makes me fall asleep. I fall asleep so many times in number 2. That doesn't happen with me in any of the other games. But number 2 puts me to sleep. The music is so like dreamy. Chill and dreamy, just relaxed, I guess. I don't know, but. And number 1, the music is really like peppy and
it is, and like if just
and mostly the music is from the movie.
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Nightmare Before Christmas it's this is Halloween, just over and over.
And then Atlantica or Atlantis, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, the Atlantica Casino. Oh man, Kingdom Hearts 1 is so fucking good.
It appeals to the men's whatever she says, stupid fantasy. It appeals to the male fantasy.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. And then you're just like a mermaid. It appeals to like, this is why I hate video games. It like appeals to the male fantasy. Flash forward to you being a mermaid.
Yeah.
Definitely the male fantasy. Definitely.
So good.
I've always dreamed about being a mermaid. Truly.
So do you like Winnie the Pooh better in the first one or in the second one?
All right, so I feel bad about this. I didn't complete Pooh's World in the first one.
It's kind of hard to.
Because you have to find all the pages, and I lost track, and I just gave up.
something that like you don't really think about, and it's like there's really no gratification for finishing it. There's no reward for it.
Right.
I mean, you get a Keyblade, but it's not very
Do you
good.
really?
Really crappy.
What is it?
Did you get a Keyblade in the first one? You
I don't
definitely
know.
get one in the second one.
Probably.
You definitely get one in the second one, but I'm pretty sure you do get one in the first
I
one.
think
though,
I liked
too.
Pooh's World in the second
does-
one because
it
it was
does,
full
like,
of like
half
mini
the
games and shit, right? You do those mini games in the second one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool. I like that.
I liked those. Those were pretty cool. Half the time I don't ever finish it because like the last page or the second to last one, you have to find them in the forest or something.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and that's kind of boring.
Dude, we're fucking talking
It
about
just kinda-
every Kingdom
it kinda
Hearts
just gets
but
boring.
one right now. Like
I'm talking about one. That is number one.
barely.
That is number one. Yeah, I do like Traverse Town though a lot.
I like Traverse. I know that's your favorite, but I like the one from 2 better. Twilight City, Twilight Town. Boom.
Twilight Sparkle.
That place fucking
Twilight
rules.
Sparkle.
I love
good.
that place.
Yeah.
I like the music
great.
in it. I like how sad. Oh, God damn it! No, okay.
Talk about
Traverse
number
Town
2.
is cool. All right, let's just continue on. So the
Because
first
it's
time I
always
played,
dark. It's always dark. You know,
Yeah.
it has the district areas,
you got
I
your
don't know,
locked
it's a good
off
place.
areas.
and it evolves. It
does.
evolves as you go along.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen in Twilight Town.
And you also get to like explore like more and more areas trying to find Donald and Goofy.
Yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
they show you the cutscene of like them like just passing you and you're just like
Yeah.
and then that
Ooh.
whole thing culminates in like you just
And
giving
then
up.
and then you meet them and you don't even introduce each other, and then it's like, oh, it's armored. It's the Armored Heartless.
No.
Crap.
Like when you're trying to look for Donald and Goofy and then you give up because you can't find them, you save, you turn your PlayStation off, and then you turn it back on and you meet them because that
Are
was
you
like
serious?
yeah. Well, you have to
No.
after you do every cutscene of you. Oop, hit a button. After you do every cutscene of you trying to find them, there's no more cutscenes, and you have to like find them in quotation marks. But what happens is if you go and you save in that store, and you leave,
No.
you run into them. So like what happened with me was I was like, all right, fuck this, I'll do it in the morning, and I saved and I turned it off and I got back on and I ran into them like right
No
out of the
way.
gate. Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Crazy.
And I thought it was
well,
pretty cool.
With me, I didn't know that, and I've just been playing. I beat that game probably 10 or 15 times at this point. Because shout out to Taylor again. 'cause
Dude, should
this is
she
also a
just
game
be a
I'm playing with
permanent
her.
member of this
She-
podcast or what?
If we're ever
Goddamn.
playing a game, you know what? If you ever want to talk about American McGee's Alice, there you go. There's your lady, because she's obsessed with that game.
Never
And she's
played it.
also obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. It's a great game. You should play it. They're making the third one right now. It's in production.
Yeah, I
um,
never played him.
But anyway, I sat on my phone. Whoops. Anyway, we played this game a lot. Every single time I would come over, we would either be playing Kingdom Hearts, Shadow of Destiny, or a Zelda game. That was like our go-to.
Yeah, 'cause
and
you guys
luckily,
are fucking nerds.
There's multiple in those franchises except for Shadow of Destiny. It's true, we are, and I've known her since I was 8. So this is when Kingdom Hearts happened, and that's all we were talking about when we first met. So
I just got a sweet
Anyway.
ass call from Comcast trying to collect. Never gonna happen, motherfuckers. You'll never
We
catch
had a-
me.
we had a PG&E bill that they charged us for,
Nice.
and didn't tell us that they were charging us for, but we had already been moved out of our place.
Yeah, same.
So we're
I'm
now in
fucking
collections, paying them
moved
and
out.
paying
I'm in
them out.
collections right now
So
too. Fucking A. Love
it's
it.
so good. Life is
Love it, dude.
Grand.
I'm like
Grand.
6 weeks away from blowing my brains out. So After Traverse Town, Traverse
Oh,
Town.
sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. Bills happened. What I was gonna say, we always got all the cutscenes, and then we just
Right.
knew exactly where we needed to go to trigger meeting them. So we never like did the whole like, oh, let's save and then see what happens, or screw this, we're done looking.
You're right.
But you get all the cutscenes, and then you have to go into the District 3,
Right.
and then they'll fall on you. They do the whole thing, and then it's like, who are these people? I don't know. And they're like, hi, you have a Keyblade, and then it's like the Armored Heartless pops up, and you're like,
Yeah.
this guy, what are we doing now? And then that is one of the hardest boss battles because they don't know you, so Donald isn't gonna heal you. I mean, he doesn't heal you at all for the rest of the game anyway,
Like,
but
literally.
that one, he literally doesn't. Like 0% chance.
I always thought that
of
fight was
healing.
really easy.
When you're an 8-year-old, it's not easy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure.
Like,
Yeah. All right.
talking about an 8-year-old terms, and it's not like, because in adulthood I've played it so many times where I'm like, yeah, it is easy. Obviously, it's easy because I've done it a billion times. But the first time I did it, it was difficult. I think
Fair
I
enough.
did it like at least a couple of times, especially reverse armor when it comes back at the end of Traverse Town. When
Yeah.
you do the whole like bell ringing thing and it turns
Oh
the
man,
fountain, and
you're
yeah.
bringing some memories back. I totally forgot
You
about
know,
that shit.
I really want to play this game now, and it's making me
Yeah.
sad.
What's the
I'm
first
gonna have to.
level you go to after Traverse Town?
Alice.
Ah, fuck off.
I just want to get it over with.
Goddamn. I mean,
I just want to get it over with.
wait, do you get to pick?
Because, yeah,
What's the other
you
one?
pick between Alice and Olympus,
Uh,
or it's Alice and Olympus, or you can only go to Alice,
I think
and then
it's you
after
can
that
only
it's
go
between,
to Alice. You get Olympus
Okay.
second, I think.
and then after that you can pick between Olympus and Tarzan.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the
That
next-
makes more sense. And then after Tarzan, I'm pretty sure you get fucking Aladdin's World, and then
Yeah,
you
after
stop
that,
playing for like 6 months because it's fucking bullshit.
dude, I hate
Fuck that
Aladdin.
world. All right, name every world because
Ugh.
I'm missing some worlds in my
Alice,
brain here.
Tarzan, Olympus, Aladdin, Monstro, Nightmare Before Christmas, Neverland.
Never. Oh fuck, that's my favorite level. I'm sorry, I said fuck. That's because I just
Castle-
forgot about Neverland. Neverland is my
Not Castle
favorite
Oblivion,
level.
sorry. Hollow Bastion. Hollow Bastion. Ooh, I love Hollow Bastion.
It's all right.
I love Hollow Bastion.
I want to talk about Neverland for a second, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Slow
go.
down. So like,
Because you just asked me what my favorite world was before, and I didn't have a legitimate answer. But I think Hollow Bastion is actually my favorite world.
all
in
right,
this game.
fair enough.
Oddly
So
enough.
when you do Neverland, you get the ability to fucking fly. Okay, it's
Fly,
super
glide,
cool.
all the good
It's
stuff.
super sick because if you're in Neverland and you use the gliding ability, you just fly, and it's really fucking
Yeah.
sweet. And then
And then
after you beat
outside
the
of
level,
Neverland, you don't even have to do any of I have to jump over all of these stones to get to Merlin's house. It's like, I'm gliding. Here we go.
It's dynamite. And then like when you beat Neverland, you go to the clock tower and you can just like fly around the clock tower, dude. I was like 16 years old, okay, and I was fucking mesmerized by just like flying around in the
And
game.
the music is so
It
happy.
was awesome. I was
great.
like, I am at peace as a human being right now. I probably haven't been that happy since.
Flying around
honest.
in a circle. I remember getting aggravated at one point because I couldn't figure out what it was trying to get me to do
Mm-hmm.
after I had, played the game, beat the game, and then, 3 years later, I was like, hey, you know what? I should go back and play Kingdom Hearts 1. And I'm like, I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. And I think I stayed there for like an hour and then had to Google it because
Flying around the clock tower.
I was just flying in circles.
Yeah.
And then I would talk to everybody and they're like, oh, there's something up with the clock face. And I'm like, what is up with the clock face? I see that it's different, but like, what am I supposed to do with it?
So you just
And
no,
I'm
you
like,
stand on it,
you literally
right?
just you either hit it or you run into it or something, and you have to change it to the same time as all the other clock faces because it's like off or something.
Yeah.
And then it reveals the keyhole, and
that world
Ugh.
fucking rocks. That world fucking rules, dude. I was a
So good.
huge fucking fan of that one.
It's a
So
pretty
fucking
difficult
good.
one too,
The
because the Heartless
pirates,
just take
the
a
pirate
crazy
ships are
jump.
fucking hard as shit. I
Yeah,
definitely remember
yeah,
that. That level is pretty hard. But I think the hardest level for me is Aladdin. Aladdin's level is pretty fucking hard.
yeah. I
It's like
hate it.
insanely
I
hard, and like
hate it.
there's a lot of like backtracking and shit, and it's just
Yeah,
boring, and the music sucks, and the fucking
yeah.
there's like so much platforming, and you just like
It's
going in circles. You're just going in
yeah.
circles.
Well, what got it for me, it wasn't even like the marketplace, like actual Agrabah marketplace. It wasn't all that. It wasn't even, actually, I hated the mini boss with the shelled
The caterpillar boss,
cockroachy
right?
pot thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hated
fuck
that.
that.
It's stupid. I died a lot of times. I remember that was like one of the boss battles that I died a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. And I almost like punched something.
I died a lot, a
Like,
lot, a lot
no.
on
I
some
still
of the
die a lot.
Olympus tests. I'm pretty sure, like one or two of them.
Yeah.
I was
Those
just like,
get pretty good, and those get pretty difficult too.
yeah.
Um,
You definitely have to
yeah,
progress to a certain point. Like they're designed to be
it's
accessed at a
it's
certain point
supposed
in the
to,
game.
yeah, it's supposed to scale with you
Yeah,
is the idea. But what made Agrabah so stupid was the Cave of Wonders. It's so oh my gosh, the puzzles in it and the going okay, what really killed it for me, what
hmm
really killed it for me was the fact that the game only let you have 3 people in your party.
right.
And so you had to switch out somebody to get your the world's companion. In this case, it was Aladdin and Abu. And so there's one point in the Cave of Wonders where you have to touch all the stones to get them to go and open up different pathways and
Right.
stuff. And if you don't have Aladdin in your party, you can't do it.
Really?
Yeah, you can't do it unless Aladdin is in your party.
I don't remember that at
And so
all.
then you have to go back to a save point, switch it out, and then continue along with your journey. So if you forget to do that, it's like I feel
You
like
waste
Agrabah is
time.
the water. It's like the water temple of Kingdom Hearts. It's awful. It's awful. It's so terrible. It's such a time waster. It takes way longer than it needs to. And then it's like, oh crap, I fell into the abyss and now I have to restart everything.
Yeah, it's like a 3 hour level. It's like
Yeah.
way too fucking long.
Garbage. Garbage. And it's not even better in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's still the
No,
same.
fuck no. It's not better in any of them. Or I don't
No.
think Birth by Sleep had it, but I know for a
I think
fact
it was
fucking
only in the 2, right?
I don't know if
Was it
it's
only in
in
2 of them?
BBS. It's in
It's not in
Chain.
Birth
It's
by
in
Sleep.
Chain for sure.
It is in Chain.
And it's
You are
also in that weird phone one that I played. That's the one I remember.
recoded.
Yeah, Recoded. Fuck that, dude. It was so
I
bad
haven't
in
played that
Recoded.
one.
So
That's the
bad
only
in
game I
Recoded.
haven't played. It's it because I've
It's
heard
not
it's just
worth it.
trash, and I
It's
don't
not
even
worth
want
it.
to play it. I
You just
just
gotta
looked
play
up
it.
what the story was, and I'm like, that's good. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, fuck
I'm
it.
all right. But it's like a lot of the story in Kingdom Hearts 3 references Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and Recoded.
That's what I
So
heard.
it's like if you didn't play Recoded, it's like, oh, ooh, don't really know what that means
I didn't
or
play
why
Triple D. I did not play
some
Triple
things
D.
happen. I liked it okay. It was all
Because
right.
it was
I
on
I
3DS,
didn't
and I
give it
didn't
the
have a 3DS
time
at the
that it
time.
needed. I didn't give it the time that it needed, and then I like ended up lending it out to somebody, and I never got it back.
God, don't you
I
hate
also
that?
need to I also need to replay 365 over 2 days
Ooh, just
because
watch
I
the
played
movie.
it once, and then that's it.
If you get 2.5, they give you 3.385 over 2 as just a movie. It's awesome. It's like a two
That's
and a half hour
amazing.
long movie,
You
and
know
you just
what?
watch it.
I actually really liked that game though.
I did
I
too.
loved that game.
I liked it too. Like the
I thought it was really cool.
combining moves system was pretty cool,
Yeah,
and
and
then like the
you
story with
had
that chick.
instead of having a um like an abilities system where you have, ability points, it was, hey, here's a grid and fit them in the grid however you see fit. So it's kind of fun. It kind of added like a Tetrisy, or how much can you fit on a postcard thing,
Yeah, I think I remember
So
that.
that
That
I
was
thought that
fun.
was cool.
I really
But
enjoyed that game.
I
Nowadays
did
I just
too.
watch the movie.
Yeah. Um if you're not familiar with that, before you play Kingdom Hearts 3, I would also play that game again or whatever.
Damn.
Yeah. They did. You know what? They seriously did a pretty bang up job on incorporating and tying in all of the stories in all of the games. And I know that, like, this is an aside, but like I know that a lot of people's big complaint about Kingdom Hearts 3 was that the story didn't make sense. But they also, when you first start, they're like, "Hey, do you need a little ship shape up? Do you want us to explain some things before you start?" And you can opt out of it, or you can opt in. And so if you opt out, I don't want to hear your complaining, because then at a certain point they're like, "Hey, we added in some extra stuff in your menu system. If you're unclear about how characters are connected, you can also go back and look at that." And I'm just like, if you have a problem with the story, if you're not understanding, you're obviously not doing your homework. And it's letting you know that here's some resources, because we understand that our game is really confusing. So here they are if you're confused. So I don't know. I feel like people should shut up about it, because whatever. I don't know.
You should shut the fuck up about it. Keep talking about
You
fucking
need to
Kingdom
play
Hearts
it.
3.
I need to
Jesus
play
Christ. I know.
Why have to be so far away? I would let you borrow it because I know I would get it back.
Yeah. Mail it to me, dude. Mail it to me.
I'm about to.
Yeah. I got another episode planned that I'm working on a game for right now. But so let's talk about the most replayed cutscene in video game
You'll
history.
never take Kyrie's heart.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you know it. Of course you do. It is I, Ansem, Keeper of Darkness.
Keeper of Darkness.
So that cutscene is like 6 minutes long.
That cutscene.
I think it's like 6
And you
minutes
can't
long.
skip it. You can't skip it.
And it's the hardest boss fight in the game.
Oh my gosh.
I remember I probably played that fight like 14 times. I'm going to say like 14 times. And like
the 10-year-old me was crying. I seriously cried over that because I couldn't do it. And me and Taylor were like super best friends at that point. So like both of us together were trying to beat it, because like she had already beaten it, I think. Either she had already beaten it, or I like got to the point where she was, and she was forever stuck and she never went past it. And so I think we got together and we're like, dude, we need to get this done. Like, it's been so long. We need to finish this game. Like, let's just do it. Little 10-year-old us is like really powering in it, you know, let's go. And we sat there, I'm not joking you, for hours and hours and hours. And then we finally beat it, and both of us were crying. We're like, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Like, it's actually happened. It actually happened. Sorry. And we were freaking out. And then
post-mortem earphone warning for the viewers.
Sorry.
Good Lord.
I have both my earbuds in, so my sense of level and my voice is...
Whatever. Fuck it. I was so loud in one of the first episodes that it's just... yeah, fuck it. Who cares? Fuck them. Fuck them. If they're still listening, fuck them. I remember I did that shit so many times that it would get to the point where I'd get to the cutscene, I'd go and make myself like breakfast, and I'd like look at my watch, and I'd be like, oh, it's Ansem, Keeper of Darkness, Kyrie's Heart. I got like 6 more minutes left, and I would just fucking cook together a meal. I'd sit back down. I'd still have 10 minutes left of the cutscene, and then I'd play it, and then I'd lose, and then I'd restart it, and then I was just like, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna go do the Coliseum. And I went to the Coliseum, and I just pounded the Coliseum out, and you unlock Olympia. You unlock Olympia. I took Olympia, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go beat fucking Riku. I'm going to go beat Ansem right now.
I did it with
first try. First try with Olympia, beat him. I was like, you're fucking shitting my balls right now. Bullshit.
I did it with the Metal Chocobo.
That's the one you unlock right before Olympia. You unlock Metal Chocobo.
You have to beat... Is it you have to beat...
you work with him,
Cloud?
And you get the Chocobo. But once you beat him, you unlock Olympia, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Dynamite. Olympia is the best Keyblade in the game. It goes through armor, and it's got like plus 10 damage. Like,
I really liked Oblivion.
That's
I thought it was cool.
Oh god, I don't think I have. Which one's that?
It's the one that you get right after that boss battle. You go up to that balcony up top
Mm-hmm.
before you go through the heart,
Yeah.
and you open the chest, and then it's like that black keyblade that looks like a castle because it's supposed
I
to
don't
be
remember
like.
that one.
I'm
I never used
assuming that
it.
it's supposed to be like Castle Oblivion or something, but
Oh
it
yeah,
looks
I
like
liked Oathkeeper.
a
Oathkeeper
castle.
was cool.
I loved Oathkeeper. I would love a tattoo of Oathkeeper because I
Oathkeeper was
think it
cool.
is the
I
most
never got
beautiful
the
keyblade.
Animus weapon or the Anima. I never got the main,
Never got it.
the big bad one.
Never got it because
Pete
I could
did.
never get
Pete got it.
Sephiroth.
Me neither.
I could never do it.
Sephiroth that's the dude's name. He's a fucking weeb lord. Jesus Christ. Fuck that guy.
I think Taylor did it.
Don't you just have to like
I know that she beat all the
spam him?
Titans. No, you can't. You have to glide around in a circle, wait for him to like stop, or like wait for him to use some ability, hit him a bunch of times, glide around, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse,
But
repeat.
doesn't he like
But his
one shot
first,
kill you?
yes,
Yeah.
his first like, I don't know the number of damage. The first like X amount of damage doesn't count. So you could be hacking away at him for like 10 minutes and nothing happens.
What?
But then after you get it, yeah, after you hit him so many times, it's like, okay, now we're registering your
Well, I guess
attack.
that makes him feel like super powerful, but like, fuck that. Fuck
it's
that.
annoying. It's annoying. It just, I'm like, I always try it like 3 times. And then after that, I'm like, we're done.
I don't need this shit in my life, dude. I don't need all this shit in my life. Fuck
yeah.
I've never beaten him in any of them. I never beat
I
him.
haven't either.
It just seems like too much bullshit. I don't want to deal with it.
It's not,
I beat the
like,
story
it's not
and then
necessarily worth my
that's it.
time, It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, I'm not a 100%er, so I don't really give a shit,
No, I'm not really either. I would like to 100% the third one, just to say that I can or could, because it's like an actual achievement, So
Right.
I want to unlock all the achievements because I want to be that person. But whatever.
Which song did you like better? I think I know the answer between 1 and 2, the opening song.
Oh no! Why between 1 and 2? But the third one is so good.
I listened to it on YouTube.
So
it's okay.
No, you have to. No, okay. I give it credit that it's okay, but when you actually play the game and between the ending song and like the beginning song, me and Wyatt were both like in actual tears, like human adult tears, crying because of the impact of the song and what was happening. It was so intense.
Okay, well, haven't played it. Thanks. Between 1 and 2,
but I like Sanctuary better.
Me too.
I think.
I like Simple and Clean is great, but once I heard Sanctuary and like I played it all the way through 2, I was so
God,
Sanctuary
into it.
is fucking.
Yeah,
I was like,
this
I'm
is
your
great.
Sanctuary. Fucking dynamite gets me every time.
You know what's funny is that me and Wyatt were listening to. We were trying to get Arthur to go to sleep in the car, and we put on like a Spotify mix of the music, and from all of them, not just like 1 and 2 or 3 or whatever. It's all of whatever, and one of them came on. I think it was Sanctuary. It might have been Simple and Clean. I don't remember, but he was singing the English version. And it was in English, but I was singing the Japanese version and not even thinking about it until like halfway through. I was like, oh, wait. Oh, whoops.
Dude, I was in a gas station. I was in a gas station at 2 a.m. like 3 months ago, and the dude looked like a weeb lord. Shout out to fucking gas station attendant guy. He was listening to the Japanese version of Simple and Clean, and I was like, oh yeah, hey dude, I just restarted this game. And he was like, wow, not very many people can just like pick that game like out of just 1 minute of the song and in Japanese. I was like, come on, dude. I mean, like, true fan.
It's so good. Yeah.
So that made me laugh my ass off. But
I know Wyatt thought
Simple and
that he was
Clean's great.
a fan. He thought that he was a fan of Kingdom Hearts, and I was trying to explain to him before, probably about like 6 months before the third one came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to explain to him after they gave the summary of the game and released like the first like official full trailer. And I was like trying to explain, I'm like, yeah, so it's gonna be about this, and these people are here, and like then it's going through here. And he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, then you're not a true Kingdom Hearts fan, because any Kingdom Hearts fan would know this. Like, you know
Ouch.
nothing. You know nothing.
Everyone is Xehanort. Nobody is Xehanort. Everyone is Sora. Nobody is Sora. Boom.
Yeah.
That's fucking every character in the game.
Number 3. Literally number 3.
Yeah.
It's
fucking
hilarious.
um
Wyatt at some points was like coming in and he's like, hey, is the story making sense to you? Like, I've seen a lot of people. This is like day 2 of release.
right.
And I'm like, yeah, like I'm following. I'm like, it's a little crazy, but I'm following. And he's like, are you just going along for the ride? He's like, are you just going along for the ride? I'm like, yeah, I'm just letting it go where it wants to take me, because you know what? It's already here. So like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm just going to let it go, and just roll with it. Let it go. Let it go. Oh my gosh, Nick, I want you to play the third one so bad.
I will play it eventually.
Because there is a reason why Let It Go is funny now. But anyway, back to number 1. Do you want to talk about Hollow Bastion?
Sure.
Want to talk about Endgame?
That cutscene where you lose the Keyblade and Donald and Goofy betray your ass shattered my heart. It shattered my 16-year-old heart. I was like, how dare you? How dare you betray me?
I felt so dirty. Like that was. I felt.
It hurt.
Oh, that was
it hurt
so
hard
bad.
because that's the
And
last
then you
level
just
in the
have
game.
Beast. Yeah, and then you just have Beast,
Yeah.
and you have a wooden stick, and you're just like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I
Brutal.
supposed to do?
Brutal.
And like you can't even beat a Shadow Heartless. Like,
no, you have to
so
run.
difficult.
You just have to run
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Beast does all the work.
Yep.
Dude,
That's hard.
it was heart-wrenching when he was like, fucking, he's just like, well, you're just like, you're not the guy anymore. And they just like left. And then you
have
get
to
to
follow the Keyblade.
you
Sorry,
get to
Sora.
that entryway or whatever, like with the stairs. And then like you get it back. Or like you don't get it back, but like Goofy like steps in front of the way and it's like, fuck you, bro. Like I'm gonna stick with my buddy no matter what. And you're just like, yeah Goofy, yeah.
And he's like, come on, Donald. And Donald's like, I don't know what to do.
Dude,
and
Donald
like,
was a fucking prick the whole game. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Like, why was he such an asshole, man?
Because he's drawn to duty, and they had to protect the Keyblade wielder and all that. I forgive him because in, the following games, he's better.
He was great.
He's even cooler in 3. He's even more of a G in 3. I love him in number 3.
Cool. Yeah,
he's like my main bro.
That shattered my heart. I love, like, when you turn into a Heartless, that was wild. That was a trip.
Oh, yeah.
You're like running around as a Heartless. And then like, don't you like hug Kyrie and then like you come back?
Yeah, and then she brings you back.
Yeah.
Dynamite. And then she's like, I knew it was you. And you're like, oh my gosh,
God,
okay.
Dude, I was like, I'm so in love with Kyrie, dude. I was just so in love with her.
So good.
Great. She's like 9 years
Yeah,
old.
no, and then after you become a Heartless,
Roxas is born.
Roxas is born. Well, not sort of.
Whatever.
Sort of. We'll talk about it after you play 3 because it's a little shady there. But no, you in the second one. There's a certain point where you unlock in your forms, and then you get a shadow form.
Yeah, I know that.
And you're like, oh my gosh, why am I a shadow? You're like, oh yeah, because I became Heartless in number 1. Yeah.
Fuck.
I thought that
shadow
was pretty
form
cool.
is kind of good, but it's also pretty shitty. Stop talking about Kingdom Hearts 2. Back to Kingdom Hearts 1. Ass.
Hey.
So let's talk about Ansem. Let's talk about the final boss.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, go ahead.
I love the puzzles in Hollow Bastion. I think that's why it's my favorite.
What puzzles?
Girl. The door puzzle and like the gateway puzzle in the sewer system or whatever it is. When you go in, when you
like
bubble,
teleporting around and shit.
Yeah, you go into the bubble, you go on the water.
The water. Yeah,
I love those. Those were cool. And then I liked I loved the library puzzle where you had to put the books in
The
right,
books.
and
I
then
like the
books
books.
in the right section.
I keep forgetting
And
that's the
then,
first one. It always feels like
yeah,
it's a different one.
no, that's the first one.
Hmm,
And then
cool.
you had to get the pieces to unlock the door to get to
Yeah,
the princesses.
remember
That was
that.
cool.
Hollow Bastion is pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like
Tons of
it's a
enemies
pretty,
too. You're fighting a
yeah,
lot in Hollow Bastion, like a
yeah.
lot. Like every hallway is an enemy, which I like. A group of
I
enemies.
think that
I like
I
that.
think that it's just a super awesome, difficult
Great way
puzzle
to end the game.
fighting. Great. Yeah, totally. Ended on a perfect note, I think.
Hmm. I didn't like
Yeah.
Ansem. I did not like the final boss.
Nope.
He's cool on the beach. The beach fight is cool. The
The beach
fight
fight is
where
so
he's
hard.
in Riku's body is cool. But
Yeah.
the spaceship one is dog
It's
shit.
lame. It's lame.
Absolute fucking dog shit.
Because like it's super difficult. It's like a 10 out of 10 difficulty with
Hmm.
Riku with that you're never taking Kyrie's heart
Of
battle.
course.
10 out of 10 difficulty. I would say like a 9 out of 10 difficulty on the Ansem with the Shadow Heartless.
Shadow
The
Stand, fucking on the beach.
Shadow
Yeah.
Stand. Yeah. Like that one was hard. Um, and then it's like a 7 out of 10 on the Big Heartless and the second round of Ansem with
Hmm.
the Shadow Stance guy. And then it's like once you get to the ship, it's like, oh yeah, no, it's easy. It's like super basic.
Really,
Let's just
dude? I had so much
it's
trouble with the spaceship.
so easy. Are you serious?
Dude,
So, dude,
yeah,
after I
man.
got past like because I could not beat uh Ansem, the first form of Ansem
Yeah.
for the life of me. Couldn't beat him. I was like, great, cool, now we're stopped again because this is a really difficult boss. But eventually I got it way less times than the Riku boss. But after that, after I got to the spaceship, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be so hard, and I haven't saved, and I'm gonna have to redo all this, and oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And then I beat it in the first shot. And I'm like,
What?
oh, okay. Like that
Bullshit.
was so easy.
Dude,
Yeah.
I have so much trouble with that fight. I think it's just because like you're flying around. There's shit flying at you. You gotta like
Yeah, I
hit
guess
the
so.
weak spots.
It's
I
kinda
don't
like you
fucking
go
remember.
back, there's just a weak spot that you and it goes in portions, but like it gives you so many AP orbs that you can keep yourself sustained even if you take some damage.
God, I had so
And
much
that's
trouble with that
it.
fight. The fact that you're like saying that it's super easy is making me feel like a bitch.
Because you are.
Ouch.
It is
Ouch.
easy. It is. I don't know.
Weird.
I found it. I have
Weird.
always found it easy.
Did
Will
you
always
think
found it easy.
the boogeyman fight was hard?
The boogeyman
Woogie?
fight?
Woogie from Nightmare on Elm
Oogie
Street?
boogie?
Yeah, Oogie Boogie. Whatever the fuck
Nightmare
his
on
name
Elm
is,
Street?
dude.
Wow, we're going places today. Um, no,
I
I
thought it
don't.
was pretty hard.
I think that's probably one of the easiest boss fights.
Like, cause you're like spinning around on that wheel, and you gotta like jump up and hit
Yeah,
him. Yeah, I had
you
trouble
just
with that
gotta.
a few times.
It's all about timing, just dodging, finding the
Yeah.
right point. Because like that with that fight, you have to like kind of give up turns where it's like, oh, I think this is probably gonna be too late, so I'm not gonna hit it, or like I'm just gonna take this round to just dodge a bunch of stuff and not try to hit him because it's not worth my time. You know, that's how I see it. I only take the ones that are easy. I just time
Hmm.
it out that way. But
Hmm.
Ursula is definitely the hardest
Oh
boss
god,
fight
yeah, I keep
aside
forgetting
from
about her.
Anthem.
Jesus, dude, she'll like shock your ass.
Ursula,
Just shocks your ass. Just
yeah,
no
and
problem.
she bites you. She
Bites you.
bites you. Like
I remember
what the
that.
heck? I
Yeah,
hate it.
giant
It's
Ursula.
so
And since you don't
stupid.
have like any
Giant
of like your
Ursula.
air combos or anything like that, since
Nope.
you're a fucking fish,
There's
it's
no
really hard. I think you just have like
no
the basic
dodging.
3-hit combo
Yeah, that's it.
and spells.
I only use Thunder and just mash.
Yeah,
That's
I just
it.
mashed the shit out of her,
That's all
dude, and
you can
just
do.
just swam around until I could get behind her again. Cause she like moves. She like does like
Yeah.
a really quick like hella far away from you move where she like scoots away,
Yeah.
and then you gotta like swim back to
Get
her and
ready.
dodge all her
It's like
bullshit.
get ready for this, and it like brings
Oh
down all of
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Get ready for
This
this.
it's not gonna be pretty.
Oh yeah,
It's not gonna be
fuck
pretty.
that, dude.
Uh,
Kingdom Hearts 1 is a pretty
not
broken
very
fucking game, dude.
tasty.
It's pretty
Oh my
broken.
gosh.
Like it's got some
Yeah,
issues.
it
It's
does.
really stiff. It's such like a stiff platforming game. Like it should have been so much smoother, and it
But like,
wasn't.
why do we like it so much?
Oh, because
Like,
it
if
makes
it's
my
so
heart feel full.
aggravating.
It fills
Yeah,
my heart with
right,
joy.
right. That's
Yeah.
my point. Is like I feel like they didn't have to make the gameplay good. They just had to make the story good. They
Right.
had to invest you in the story, and then the rest will follow. Like that's how I felt because the second one was so fun
To
battle
play.
wise. The story, yeah, the story was garbage, but like to play it was so fun. And in the first one, I'm like, I only want to play the first one just because the story's awesome.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Why had me rank all of my Kingdom Hearts the other day, and like number
One, three,
two,
two.
mine was 213, I
Oh
think.
wow, interesting.
Only
Didn't expect that.
because only because two, I feel I like I have a lot of fun playing it. One, I love just as a game, and it makes me feel like a kid. And
Yeah.
number three is just oh my gosh, it was so amazing. It was great, but it didn't have the same feeling like I had with the other ones, where it's like,
Yeah.
it's happy go lucky and great. And oh my gosh, we're going to these Disney worlds, and oh my gosh, it's great and fun. No, didn't feel like that at all.
Hmm.
But it was an
Oh, you're older
amazingly great
now.
game. Yeah. Well, you'll have to play it and we'll talk about it. But yeah.
Okay. Well, you mail it to me or give me
I'll mail
$1 million
it to you.
and I'll play it
Well,
and we'll
me
talk
and
about it.
Wyatt will have to come see you guys soon.
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
We just had people here for a week straight. It was fucking horrible.
Yes.
It's like, Jesus Christ. It was just nonstop fucking people all the time. It's hard. It's hard fucking being around that many
I
people for that
saw
long.
I saw everybody's like Snapchats at various points. I was just like,
Hmm.
oh, they're there too? Oh, they're there too?
Yeah, for
Okay.
real. Yeah, it's exactly the way that it felt for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, these people are here too? Jesus fucking Christ.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
let's see. I guess we can. It's been an hour. We can
In and
fucking.
out
You got to leave soon, don't you? 8 o'clock? Well, you got plenty of time.
ish. I don't know. My mom's watching my kid and Audrey right now.
Cool.
So
Fucking A. Well,
yeah.
let me think. What was your favorite guest character?
Guest character.
Yeah, in
I
one.
didn't really use them. I
Me
didn't really
neither.
use them.
Me neither.
I didn't because they made it so that if you were using your secondary character, then your regular characters weren't allowed to level. They wouldn't
Yeah.
get the experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, what's the point? So let's not.
For me, it was
I
always just
never
like
ever use them.
I remember saying, "This is mine, Donald and Goofy's story." So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna use the world character. So it
Yeah.
just felt like it felt wrong.
They allowed in the second one for you to level up your characters all at the same time.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, and I liked that. So there were some points where I'm like, yeah, I'll switch them out, like just for funsies. But it wasn't like, oh, I love this character and I want to play with them. It was just like, I'll switch. Why not? You
Okay,
know.
then which world's story was your favorite? Like which was your favorite to go through and be like, we got to find the keyhole, close this bitch up. Which one was the most fun
Tarzan.
for you to do that? Tarzan.
Tarzan. Yeah.
I think going through Alice was interesting because you go big, you go small, you have to find the evidence that she didn't do it, that kind of thing, and that was cool. Like the first time you did it, and I liked that. But I would say my favorite level to go through was probably Neverland. Neverland was fucking great all the way through.
I like
All the way
Neverland.
through.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. I remember I was homeschooled, and it was when I was playing it the first time, and I could not for the life of me figure out what I needed to do next in Alice.
Yeah.
And so while I was at my parents did a daycare thing at the school that my siblings went to help them like pay for school and stuff because they went to private school. And so I would go hang out after school with them. while they did that thing, and I would bring movies to watch because I was little and that's what I did. And so anyway, I remember bringing Alice with me to that after school thing so I could watch the movie and figure out what I needed to do next in the game because it followed. It did. I was like, oh, I need to go to the Mad Tea Party. That's where I haven't been yet. And it follows it. It follows the movie.
Weird.
Like, pretty dang good, you know.
I didn't know that.
In all of them. Yeah, in all of them it does. It's kind of funny. And so I remember going, okay, like she went through the forest, and then she talked to the Cheshire Cat, and now she's going to the Mad Tea Party because, you know, that's where the rabbit went. And I was like, oh my gosh, it clicked. And like, I need to go there, and there must be a door there that I need to go get or something. And it helped, and I like immediately figured it out. That's pretty great.
Weird. I don't have any stories like that.
Yeah, because you were 16 years old.
Oh, God. I could just look up anything that I was having trouble with.
7.5 or 8 or something.
I could just Google it.
Yeah, that's true. That is the funny thing about playing number 3 was that, I'm sorry, I keep talking about it, but like, at some point, I was like, oh man, I wonder, you know, what this means or what this does. And I'm like, I can't even Google it because there's no guides yet.
No,
nobody has a guide.
Yeah.
It was day 1.
Right.
And there was something that kind of popped out where I was like, that's kind of suspicious. I wonder if that's going to be something. And then like a world or two later, it was like, oh yeah, hey, you need to go back and find these things. And I'm like, I know exactly what those are. But I couldn't go, you know, in first day 1, world 1 and go, oh yeah, that's exactly what, right. This is what I'm just going to do it now. Yeah. So anyway.
I feel like that's like cheating though. I think if you talk to someone and they give you the answer, it's not cheating. But if you just look it up online, then that's cheating.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel?
My rule is always beat it once. Up to you, however you want to beat it. But it's your own journey. You have to do it.
Right.
But if you've gotten stuck for longer than a week, like if it's been a week and you're still like, I can't figure this out, I can't do it, or I can't get past a boss, then sure, like go online and see if other people are having trouble and see what kind of strategies they used.
Dude, I was stuck on like the second level of Ninja Gaiden for like 7 years.
Oh my gosh. I was stuck in Final Fantasy X for so long.
What part?
Because the when you are it's right before you go into Sin, and you have like Sin, you're on the airship, and Sin has like 100,000 health or something, and you have 10 turns to do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that.
We talked about this on the podcast. That was the most difficult part in the game for me.
Yeah.
That part fucking blew, dude. I spent so long on that shit. So long. Years. It wasn't years for me, but it was a while.
It was years. Because I played that when it, I want to say actually when it first came out, because it was like
2005.
Yeah, because I can remember I was really into playing PS2 games.
Yeah, of course.
Really into playing PS2 games at that point. I was probably like 11 maybe. I wasn't in junior high, that's for sure. But I played it up until that point, and then I just got so frustrated that I'm like, well, it's the end of the game for me. We're done. I'm just going to watch the ending of the game, and we're going to call it good, because YouTube was a thing at that point. So I was just like, I'm going to YouTube it. There you go, and we're done. Dude. All right. And then when I was in high school, me and Wyatt were dating.
Holy shit.
And yeah, it was years. I was probably 17, 18. And I got past Sin. And
then you get to an even harder boss fight, which is your dad.
That one was not. I beat that in one round.
Oh, just fuck my ass.
By chance. By chance. It was one round. Like, by chance. Because it just so happened that, like, all of my people had their, like, overdrives up or something. I don't remember. but it just happened. And I'm like, that's happening. And I called Wyatt, or Wyatt was on the phone with me while I was doing it. And I was sitting in my room at my parents, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel so fulfilled right now. My little 10-year-old self is crying. I don't know what to do with my emotions. And I was sobbing, dude. And I remember my mom coming in and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like,
Did you and Wyatt
I
break up?
finally beat the game. Yeah, she was worried. She's like, are you okay? Because we were on the phone.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And I'm like, Mom, I beat my game. And she's like, and you're crying about it?
She's like, you're fucking autistic.
Yeah.
Why
she's
do I
like,
even?
you're
Why
so
didn't I
stupid.
fucking
You're so
abort you
over
10 years
dramatic.
ago?
Like, oh my gosh. No, I was so overwhelmed. Like, cause it's so long to beat that game.
I appreciate that we've
Have you
talked
beat-
about Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Final Fantasy X today.
Yeah.
Well, we
Have
didn't
you
get to have the
played?
episode, so it's all good.
Have you played? Yeah, I know, right? That was horrible.
Yeah.
I was so upset.
We'll have to bring you on for like a mini-sode about Final Fantasy X. We'll just talk about Blitzball. Fuck yeah.
Oh no, I hate Blitzball.
Dude,
I hate Blitzball.
fuck. Me and Mike love it.
Did you beat Final Fantasy IX though?
No, I have. I actually pulled it out though. I pulled the discs out because I'm gonna start playing through them again. We'll have to do an episode on Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX is fucking great. I like Final Fantasy IX a lot.
It is my favorite Final Fantasy game.
The dude who made Final Fantasy said that is the closest to what he wanted Final Fantasy to be. Is Final Fantasy IX.
It shows.
And it does. It's full of spirit. It's full of heart. It's pretty all the levels are beautiful. The music's great. The characters are great.
I love the music in it.
The combat is the only thing I don't like. I think the ATB system in that game is so slow. It takes years to get through fights.
You can make it faster.
I did. It's at max speed. It's slow as fuck.
It is a little slow, but it's fine. I mean, I deal with it. I think that is the game that I like to play, and I think that's why I like Final Fantasy games so much, is like, I love games that take me 60 hours to beat.
Of course. That's the reason for an RPG. It's supposed to take you an absurd amount of time.
Like, stupid amount of time.
Yeah, like 60, and, like 60 hours is about how long an RPG should be. 60 hours.
Yeah, totally. Like, when people were like, oh, like, what kind of games do you like to play? I'm like, well, Final Fantasy, because it takes so long to beat. And they're like, well, I mean, you could play like an Elder Scrolls game, and it's like a free roaming game. So I mean,
you'll never beat. I've never beaten Morrowind.
You'll never beat it.
I've never beaten Morrowind.
No, I haven't either. I
just like to dig off.
But I'm like, that's not this. I'm like, that's not the same though, because it's like you have the choice to go off and do your own thing. But like with this, you're constantly working towards the next like point in the game. Constantly. Yeah. There is no, hey, let's go off and do a side quest for like 7 hours.
I think Kingdom Hearts took me like 40 hours.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1, I think the first time I played it took me like 35 or 39 hours or something like that. Which is
still like a long fucking game, you know?
Yeah, totally. I mean, the second one took me 26 the first time I played it. Jesus, and then pretty consistently I can beat it in like
30 hours.
Yeah. Well, 19 to 21 for me.
Damn. Well,
and then
I go a little slower, and I boss fights, man. I'm just bad at them. Who knows? But that's why I like JRPGs too, is because you really are just like pushing forward to the end of the game. They're pretty much, you go from one point to another point, but like maybe they'll give you an airship, or like in 9 you can kind of walk around on the world map, but like you know, you're still like going to one location.
Have you gone to the Chocobo Forest in 9 yet?
Yeah.
I love that. And
where you get to like do the Chocobo games and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
I don't like the mini games as much in Final Fantasy IX.
I don't either, but that one's really fun for me. Somebody posted on Reddit the other day, and it gave me such a laugh. they're like, I've been trying for 14 years and I finally did it, guys. And it's just a picture of like 100 civilians were impressed. Queen Braun
Oh
was
God,
impressed.
yeah.
And they're just like, A plus, dude, A
A
plus. Like
fucking
that takes
plus. I think I
so
got like
long. Somebody,
95 the first time I played it,
yeah.
but I fucked up one move, and I lost the 100%.
Even even if you do them all, even if you get them all and you don't make a mistake, it still is like 98 or 99. We're impressed.
Because you have to do it perfect.
You
It's like
have to do it
timing. It's
perfectly. It
timing
has to be the
too.
same timing, the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
there
hard.
has to be a rhythm. I
Yeah.
loved that music though. That music is so
The
good.
fight, and you can just do it over and over
Yeah.
and over and over and over again. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
You can just keep
That's
going.
why I love it so much. It's 'cause it's like, oh, do you want to try again right now? It's not like, oh, you
Come
got
back
one
later.
chance and
Yeah.
then you can save it, or you got like don't save it and then come back, or like, hey, you can come back at a different time and try it again. It's
Right.
like this is now or never. We're gonna give you as many times as you want.
Dude, the story in that game is pretty fucking great too. Like the whole like, you know, Dagger's mom is being like a bitch, and like the dude that's like
Yeah.
super edgy looking is like the bad guy.
Yeah.
I just
Because
I
that's
liked all the
that's another
characters.
that's another thing that and everybody has their own arc.
Yeah.
Every single character has
I
their own
heard that
arc.
the big mouth one with the fork and knife,
Yeah, Quina.
yeah, her story kind of falls off. I heard something about that
It
just
does.
recently, where
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, kind of story,
You
whatever.
it gives you like the beginning and kind of middle, but you
Hmm.
actually have to go back and like finish her story on your own time.
Really?
It's not it's not in because she's an optional character
Right.
mostly. So, yeah. It's on her whole thing. It's on your own time.
I'm gonna have to. The thing is I'm worried that I'm gonna have to restart 9 if I want to get back into it. But I think I'll just go for it. I think I'll just go for it. Nah, fuck it.
I would just go for it
Yeah.
because like look at what CD are you on? Do you even know?
Um. Hmm. I don't remember. I know that I'm past Vivi's City. I'm past
Okay,
that.
you go there a couple times.
I know the second time though, where after that dude
Okay.
dies, that's where I've
Yeah.
been. I've been there.
Oh,
So
that's so rough. That's so rough.
it is. It's like, oh, do we like die? Like, where do we go when we die? What
What do we
happens?
do?
Brutal.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal.
Oh,
That's why I like
yeah.
Vivi's
So you're
story
kind
so
of
much. And
you're,
9
you're
is like,
Vivi is my favorite character.
yeah, he's really
He's my
cool. He
favorite
goes through some
character.
shit. Like the shit he has to deal with is fucked.
Yeah, pretty bad.
I mean,
Pretty bad.
it's heartache, man. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the whole like, do
That
I
game makes me
exist thing.
feel things.
Yeah,
Game makes me feel
it's a
things
good
like
game.
Kingdom Hearts 1.
I think
Yeah.
Zidane is really like just like a super likable protagonist. He's like hitting on people. He's like he's kind
He's
of an
such a
asshole,
Chad.
but like he's like a
Yeah.
really good guy deep
Yeah.
down. It's like
Yeah.
the heart of gold
I always
character.
wanted to when I got married. This is how much of a weeboo I am, and
Yeah.
at heart I am still. When I was a kid, I wanted my wedding dress to either be like granite, garnets, or like
Wait, does Garnet get a wedding dress?
her white dress in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
it's
her like
more or less like
overalls.
a wedding dress. Um, but yeah, no, her princess dress
Hmm.
or Yuna's wedding dress.
Oh yeah, dude. Yuna's wedding dress is so
It's
sick
hot.
though.
It's cool. I
She
like
looks
it.
dynamite, dude. That whole cutscene is
Yeah.
fucking dynamite.
Ooh, I can feel it. I can
Oh
feel it in my
man,
heart.
so
Dang it, Nick,
good,
you're making me want to play a bunch of games right
dude.
now.
Fuck
I don't
yeah.
have time.
Play Final
Oh
Fantasy
my
X,
gosh.
dude. Drop
Yeah.
everything, and get into Blitzball. Fuck
Ugh.
yeah, dude.
I actually think I have a running game right now in Final Fantasy X. I
I
definitely
do.
do.
I for sure do.
Um, I just I remember last time I played Final Fantasy IX, I beat it. So that's a no-go. I would have to restart from the beginning. I do have a going game with Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2.
I actually beat Kingdom Hearts 1 earlier in the year, and I have a game going for right now for KH2. So
Cool.
I have to beat Cage 2 again. I really wanted to beat it because it's like so much fun to play. And it's just so enjoyable to play. And it's got my favorite starting city. And the gameplay is fucking dynamite. Like, I love mashing triangle. People are always like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 2 is just mashing triangle.
McCartney.
But you know what? I dig it. Fuck it. I'm in it. You know, it's supposed to be just like an over-the-top, have fun kids game.
It's just absurd. Yeah. It's great.
I dig it.
For me, like, Kingdom Hearts isn't like hey, let's take this game seriously and judge it as like a super awesome, well-rounded game. It's like, how did it make you feel? Did you have fun playing it? Then there you go.
Yeah, it's for kids. It's a game for kids. And it will always be a game for kids. So it's like you can't really like
you go to Disney World. How can you take it seriously when you're fighting alongside Mulan, or you just turned into a lion and now you have to go like beat Pride Rock or whatever? How can you take that seriously? You can't.
It's for kids. Like the fact that people like judge these games. I mean, okay, the story is a little like scrambly bambly.
It's absurd.
It's a game for kids. It's just meant for you to go into your favorite Disney worlds and fight bad guys. And that's it. And take it for what it is. But I think it's like impossible to actually judge like media that's based for kids. Like kids movies, like when adults come out and review a kids movie, like, are you serious? It's a movie for kids. Like the kid isn't reading a review, you know? Like other adults are. And like, why is an adult reading a review for a kid's movie? Like, you can tell it's going to be shit by the commercials. Like, your kids can't, but you can because you're an adult.
Yeah.
You don't need reviews for this shit. For kids stuff, I mean, it's fine. It's just meant to be fun. And I bet Kingdom Hearts 3 is fun. Kingdom Hearts 1 was fucking great. Kingdom Hearts 2 was fucking great. All the Kingdom Hearts games have been basically pretty good, aside from like Rechain and Recoded. I hated Rechain. I played the only reason I don't like Rechain is because I played it on a computer. I tried to emulate it, and I was getting like 10 frames a second. It was fucking brutal. It was so brutal. I couldn't beat Monstro. So like, I just had a bad time.
Dude, Taylor had to come over. I still actually haven't physically beaten Chain of Memories, but I got into the end of it, so it's like more or less, I have, and I know how it ends. I got to the
final boss on the Game Boy version, and I just watched the cutscene online.
Taylor,
I was like, fuck this.
Taylor came over. Taylor had to come over when we were living at our house just like last year. She would come over like once a month and like beat a level for me or something, because I'm just like, I can't do it. She came over and she's like, what do you have in your deck? And I'm like, I don't know. I will say, in there. And she's like, who are you and why are you doing this? She's like, why do you have Genie in here? What do you need him for? And I'm like, I don't know. I looked cool. And she's like, no, he's garbage. You need these things. And I'm just like,
yeah, like the slights. There was like the slights if you enter a certain amount of cards in order and you get a certain number.
And you like put them together and
the system was pretty rad. Like once you got into it,
it was pretty well thought out.
Shit,
I mean, it's
cool.
like it was strategic. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was so unneeded. Like I just want to play the game.
I know. Yeah, Rechain should have just taken out the cards and just made it the combat of one. That should have been it.
Yep.
Anyway. Cool with that. Yeah. Well, we just talked about Rechain. We're done with. We'll just check that off the Kingdom Hearts games. We won't talk about on this podcast.
Yep. Never talk about it ever again.
Christ.
We're done.
I'm cool with that though. I'm cool with it. I think we covered just about everything on Kingdom Hearts. What do you think?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Cool. My wife made nachos, and I want to get at those.
Yum. I gotta go change up poopy pants.
Oh, gross, dude.
I'm
gonna delete that part because
my mom literally texted me and she was like, "We got a full diaper. Do you want me to change it?" And I was like, "Oh, come in." I'm like, we're pretty much done anyway.
Cool. All right. Well, that was Kingdom Hearts. Maddie, thanks for coming.
Of course.
And I'm gonna upload this shit right now.
Right now.
All right. Cool. Thanks. Talk to you later.
Later.